Hello and welcome to the Crypto Conspiracy. This is your host Hoots with my co-host Hannah the Great, and coming to you live today from Komodo Discord, where we do all our shows. It's a great neutral place to be. Komodo is involved with thousands of coins, so that's what makes it neutral. That all you coins could come here and have a home, because it's an exchange. Komodo is an exchange and it houses so many coins, right? That's a good place to do these type of shows. And if you guys, want an interview, just ask, and we'll bring your coin up here, and we'll get to know you. But this is the crypto conspiracy, and today the conspiracy is KYC, the silent killer of crypto's promise. So crypto promised us private and decentralized money, but that's not what we got. Not after KYC got involved. So one could say that KYC killed crypto, and it's still killing crypto, right? Um, and we got quite a few people that feel that KYC is important, and but I think they're missing the point of crypto to begin with, right? So if you think that you need to monitor good people to stop them from getting hurt by bad people, uh, and you stifle the whole environment because you feel you need to do that, then is that really the best way to go about it? Back in the day, I used to watch shows like Columbo, right? I used to watch the cops solve crimes, a whole awesome way, a better way, right? With investigations, but you know, uh, by allowing them to look into the whole world's financial business, puts everybody at risk. Everybody. And so, not the best way, right? So, the KYC AML hurts people, and the cryptocurrency cypherpunk dream is coming to an end. Unfortunately, we do have Pirate, which still follows the laws of the cypherpunk, and we have open source technology like Modo that allows you to exchange using atomic swaps. And if that technology ever comes to an end, there's really nothing left. Uh, you could play with your tokens in your second layer protocols, but you're never going to have the solution to that first layer. What's your thoughts on KYC AML and how it destroyed crypto? Kind of.
It's the complete opposite of what crypto stands for originally intended, and that's where I go on. You know, we
And
we've lost our we've lost a lot of our freedoms by the system creeping in, gradually creeping in more and more and more and more and more. Now they feel like they have a right to monitor our accounts, our financial transactions anytime they want, and we don't know who they are or how many they of them they are, but it's time for us to well, the way I look at it is crypto technology is growing like crazy right now, and if we're not cautious and responsible, the powers that be will take the crypto in the direction that they want it to go in versus the direction that will benefit us. That's the direction I want it to go. So KYC is just their way of controlling it, keeping control. Power. It all boils down to power. Whenever you give up your ID and your numbers and your papers to participate on the CEX exchange, you essentially give them power over you. And we gotta be responsible on what direction the crypto sphere technology goes, and we need to be conscious of our privacy and not just so freely give it away.
Right. So
It's
KYC,
important, huh?
yeah, so there's KYC is responsible for the erosion of privacy. It requires the requirements are to compel users to disclose personal information. And you don't know where that information is going. You don't know who's looking at it. If you think that everybody that works for the government is an angel and a saint, I mean, and they're batting 1,000, you got something else coming, man. Uh, you shouldn't trust any strangers with any of your information. If you don't know who they are, you don't give it to them. End of story. And that's what a real man would do. So KYC AML requirements compel users to disclose personal information, undermining the core principles of financial privacy that cryptocurrency was designed to uphold. This loss of privacy exposes users to potential data breaches and identity theft, contradicting the cypherpunk dream of a currency that protects users by default. And so you guys understand that that was the dream. We thought Bitcoin was private and decentralized back then. Right? Anybody who tells you otherwise, they're lying. They weren't here that long. Most likely, they weren't here that long. It's responsible for the centralization of power, right? So by mandating identity verification, KYC AML processes centralized control over financial transactions, shifting power from individuals to regulatory bodies and financial institutions. This centralization goes against the decentralized ethos of cryptocurrencies, where the aim is to eliminate intermediaries and give users full control over their finances. And so you will never have full control if there is a way for them to get into your finances. And that's why you need pirate chain. KYC is also responsible for barriers to entry these days, right? Back then, you could hop on any exchange, even circle.com didn't ask for anything, it was just an email account. You could buy as much Bitcoin as you wanted when we thought it was private. Today, you gotta give them a picture of your underwear, you know, scan your eyeballs, so on and so forth. And how much how much are you willing to comply? That's the question. How far are you willing to go? When you go to the bank, do they tell you to bend over so that they can check your identity? I mean, how far are you willing to go? The- it is a barrier to entry, KYC. This exclusionary practice prevents a large segment of global population from participating in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, contradicting the goal of financial inclusion. Right. So Bitcoin back in the day, we used to say, people in Africa could use it on their phones. That's how it it's inclusion for everybody, right? But anybody could use it. Well, KYC AML, that's not that's not the case because you need somebody to give you permission to use it. I mean, are you the type of person that needs permission? It's probably a personal question. So, any questions so far?
Mentality is got to have a you got to have an understanding in your mind on what it means to be free. Because if you don't, you'll just go along with the flow and end up exactly where somebody else wants you instead of yourself.
Most people have been on the train so long, they don't know what it's like outside of the train. That's the problem.
That's correct. And it's way it's being up to this point with well we're just now starting to get real serious about the decentralized exchange and the decentralized route. But really, if anybody wanted to play around with the charts and coins and technology, you had to sign up for a KYC exchange. That's they had us at a choke. They had us at a choke point. the way I look at it. But now it's changing with the DEX. And I was hoping Paulie would be on today. Uh,
Yeah,
he
he'll be
must be
on.
real busy.
Yeah, he'll be on later. He'll be on in a bit. Um,
I'm real excited about the DEX because it completely takes away the KYC. And you're right, Captain. The KYC is killing every person who signs up for KYC exchange gets stabs the spirit of crypto in the heart,
you just
and
need
we're
to
killing it.
you just need to understand the word crypto to understand what you're doing wrong. It's not crypto. What you're doing is not crypto.
Stop.
It's not cryptic at all if you're giving your information away. Nothing crypto about it. You're a silly
No,
person
it's
playing games. So,
yep.
so KYC is also responsible for increased costs. Uh, Compliance with KYC AML regulations imposes substantial costs on cryptocurrency exchanges and platforms. I think Komodo was a victim of a lot of high costs as well. If Polly was here, he'd probably tell you, which are often passed on to users. So users like tariffs. The country don't pay; it's the people who buy the products that pay. These increased costs can deter users who are sensitive to transaction fees, making cryptocurrencies less accessible and competitive with traditional financial services. And we're not trying to be part of the traditional financial services here. This is a new revolution. This is a new money, guys. Right? This is a money that you could finally choose what you want for money. Right? But you need to understand money first. You need to understand that there's been hundreds of fiat bills that were made before the one we have now. You need to understand the tokenomics of a coin and why an inflationary coin is is never gonna do as well as a deflationary coin. Right? You need to understand Keynesian economics, Milton Friedman. You need to get out there and do some work to understand why and what kind of money you want for your children. And so, do you want a currency that's gonna rat them out every time they use it? Literally, the money itself is ratting you out. Or do you want something like gold that even if they know you have it, you can melt it down, shape it however you want, and it's still gold. Nobody would be the wiser as to where it came from. That's pirate. That's the currency you want, right? Ron Paul would tell you that gold is real money if you're a Ron Paul fan. So, uh, so KYC AML is also responsible for delayed transactions. And the verification process required by KYC can lead to delays in transactions as users wait for their identities to be verified before they can fully participate in the network. So it's permission once again. They're forcing you to ask for permission, right? Crypto is not about asking for permission. That's not what crypto. It's not crypto. This delay can be frustrating for users and undermine the speed and efficiency of the hallmarks of cryptocurrency transactions. Pirate takes 1 minute, FYI. If it takes more than that, it's something with the platform that you're using. Surveillance. Uh, KYC is also responsible for surveillance and control, right? So another effect is more surveillance and control. KYC
Yeah, it
enables.
enables Captain.
Oh,
It enables surveillance. It facilitates tracking and monitoring, and it gives them a centralized area to monitor, surveil us.
correct. Yes, sir. Yeah. And so KYC enables government and financial institutions to monitor and control the flow of money, which can be used to suppress political dissent, or target specific groups. This level of surveillance is antithetical to the cypherpunk vision of a currency that empowers users to resist state control. Right? And that's why we all got into it because we thought it was a way to resist control. Right? It was FU money, right? Uh, that's what we thought it was. This mind it's mind your own business money. That's what we thought it was, but it wasn't. Right? And at the time, we noticed it wasn't. Right? And then Monero came along, and we thought that was too, right? Until it wasn't. Now we got Pirate, and that's the only thing we got left. The only one left. There's some other privacy coins out there, but they still use Monero's Monero's algorithm, so it's not Pirate. We're still using an old algorithm. Uh, loss of loss of anonymity, right? So the whole point of it, the only way you're going to ever keep your finances private and the only way to have full control over your finances is to be completely anonymous, 100%. Right? The requirement to provide personal information for KYC compliance means that users no longer anonymous, they're no longer anonymous on the blockchain. This loss of anonymity can make users vulnerable to targeted attacks or harassment as their financial activities are linked to their real identities. And keep in mind, this isn't just for government, guys. This is, malicious actors out there. Say there's like, a young girl that, does some dirty things and she accepts Bitcoin, right? I, she would, that would follow her for the rest of her life on the blockchain, on Bitcoin, forever, right? That's not something you want to use for this type of transactions, right? So, um, once again, there are reasons to be anonymous, and I personally believe you should always be anonymous, 100%. Right? You need a currency that's going to allow you to give permission, right? Permission to look at your stuff, right? So if somebody wants to look into your wallet, they have to ask you. That would make more sense, right? They have to ask you. How much money you got in your wallet? They got to ask you a simple question, and then if you know them, you can answer that question. And that's what Pirate does. Bitcoin does not do that. Bitcoin shows your valuables to the whole world, to all strangers in the world. Anybody could trace it, right? So think about what you're doing, because at this point, cash is more anonymous than Bitcoin. Regulatory arbitrage. A fragmented and varying KYC requirements across different jurisdictions can lead to regulatory arbitrage, where users and businesses exploit differences to evade regulations. This creates an uneven playing field and can lead to a race to the bottom in terms of regulatory compliance, undermining the integrity of the cryptocurrency market. Technical obfuscation. To bypass KYC AML requirements, some users and developers resort to technical obfuscation, such as using privacy coins or complex cross-chain transactions. Ooh, I wonder who does that. While this preserves privacy, it also creates new challenges for compliance and security, as these tyrants can be exploited for illicit activities. And so that was a mouthful right there, guys. You understand what that just meant? So Komodo's. That's why they kicked Komodo off of they're delisting dexes. That's why they're delisting dexes from exchanges right there. They're scared of this. Right? They're scared that they're going to lose control. Like they had no control when they first were introduced to Bitcoin until they figured out how to have control. And now we're going back to the Cipherpunk days where Pirate Chain gives you full control, and Pirate Chain is the new Bitcoin. It's
Yeah, and crypto is financial. We look out for everybody who is debanked and excluded from the financial world, and KYC limits access to those types of people. So KYC equals not for the people, man, at all.
Yep. So we got a few more issues with KYC. All right. So if you guys at this point still believe KYC is good for crypto, let's continue reading. All right. So uh, stifling innovation. Right. So as you've heard me say in the past, When crypto first started, it was amazing. There's all kinds of technologies growing in different areas, mostly protocol level technologies. Uh, Nothing like you see today. And over time, after they added the FinCEN and they started getting involved, government started getting involved, it all died. Actually, Pirate was one of the last innovations I've seen come out of the crypto space, in terms of privacy technologies. And there's nothing else. Nothing has come out that's better than private. I'm Pirate. I would be there. So it stifles KYC, stifles innovation. It and it allows them to take it over. Uh, User backlash and resistance. The imposition of KYC has sparked backlash and resistance from users who value privacy and decentralization. This resistance has led to the rise of no KYC exchanges and privacy focused coins as users seek alternatives that align with their values. However, these alternatives often face increasing regulatory scrutiny, which may affect their accessibility and operation in the future. Right? So that is true. Right? They kicked all privacy coins off KYC exchanges because they don't want you to have that level of control over your own assets, over your own money. They don't want you to have that. Right? They also kicked Komodo off of the exchange. Same reason. So don't think it's about volume. It's not about volume. It was never about volume. Right? Komodo had market makers. It was never about volume. And they got kicked off because they saw exactly what this is saying. Right? Users seek alternatives that align with their values. What are your values? Do you like to be with? Do you like strangers stealing your money? Do you like random people coming up to you and saying you owe us such and such because you spent such and such and you made such and such with your hard work? No. Do you, so what are your values? Economic impact. The costs and complexities associated with KYC can have a chilling effect on the economic growth and adoption of cryptocurrencies. By increasing the barriers to entry and participation, KYC can limit the potential of cryptocurrencies to disrupt traditional financial systems and promote economic freedom. All right, so once again, it's about barriers to entry. There's also a psychological impact. The constant requirement to provide personal information and the fear of being watched can have a psychological impact on users, leading to a sense of mistrust and anxiety. This psychological burden can deter users from fully embracing and utilizing cryptocurrencies, further undermining the cypherpunk dream of currency that empowers individuals. And that's why I don't use them. That's why I don't like any transparent coins. That's why I don't use any tokens. I don't use ETH. I don't use any of that crap because that's not the right technology. It's not the cypherpunk dream. Cultural erosion. The enforcement of KYC contributes to the cultural shift within the cryptocurrency community, moving away from the original ideas of privacy and decentralization towards a regulated and controlled environment. This cultural erosion can dilute the unique identity and appeal of cryptocurrencies, making them less attractive to those who seek financial freedom and privacy. Right? So, and that's what it's all about: financial freedom and privacy. Right? So, KYC has no place in this world. None. What's going on here? It keeps popping in and out. It's so annoying. All right. Future uncertainty. So the ever-evolving nature of KYC regulations creates uncertainty for the future of cryptocurrency. Like I told you guys, cryptocurrency without pirate, it's dead. It's over. The dream, the cypherpunk dream of crypto, it's over. Right? All these ETFs, all these paper money getting involved with crypto, that wasn't the dream. Okay, it's over. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's over. If pirate something happens to pirate, it's over. As regulatory frameworks become more stringent, there is a risk that the original vision of decentralized and private digital currency could be further eroded, leaving users with a currency that is more closely monitored and controlled than fiat, more than what you have now. You understand the tyrannical world your children will live in if you go in this direction?
Yeah, they're hitting the gas. It sounds like
People know not what they
they're
do.
hitting the yeah, they're hitting the gas. They want us to put us completely, totally unable to get out of slavery. Is what you're talking about right now. That's insane. I don't want that at all. I want freedom.
So KYC, I read you quite a few reasons. Right? We had for future uncertainty, cultural erosion, psychological impacts on users, economic impact, user backlash and resistance, stifling innovation, technical obfuscation, regulatory arbitrage amongst different areas, loss of anonymity, surveillance and control, delayed transactions, increased costs, barrier to entry, centralization of power, and erosion of your privacy. Okay, if those aren't enough reasons to tell you that KYC has no business in our money, then I don't know what else to tell you. You're not embracing what crypto was supposed to do for you. You're just gambling. You're just jumping into things and just gambling. That's what you're doing. You don't understand the
Well, not me.
technology and what it was supposed to do for you.
Yeah, not me, Captain. I understand completely. So what do we do?
We got to get people to understand that privacy is important in crypto. It's one of the most important things in crypto. If your crypto is not private, it's not for you. It's for corporations. It's not for you. It's not for the family guy. It's not for your private life. It's not the one that you're going to go out there and buy a porno video with. You're not going to buy that with Bitcoin because that will follow you for the rest of your life. You get it? There's there's transparent by default coins, and you got private by default coins, which is the next generation, the real coins, right? Which came out after Bitcoin got compromised. We realized that it wasn't private at some point, right? And then Monero came out, and then Pirate came out. Like, so private by default coins are the real cypherpunk dream. And if people don't start understanding what crypto was about to begin with, it's already over, right? Because people are just buying NFTs. They don't understand why it even exists. They don't understand why we came to it or why it came to us. It chose me. I didn't choose it.
We're having difficulties today with connection.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you've been cutting in and out the whole time.
have
For
I?
me, anyhow.
Oh god damn it! I hope it's okay.
I had
I
to come inside the house, sit on top of the router.
mean, if you guys think that KYC is a necessity, tell me why. I'd like to know. KYC has killed crypto completely. Do I really sound bad, guys? 'Cause I did have a complaint earlier. It's not good. These are new headphones too. I just got these damn things.
No, no, you sound all right. It's just that it's having some interference and some kind of interference or something. I'm sitting right on my router, so it's not my end.
How about now? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
There's a button on these things. I'm not sure what it does. I'm gonna press it again.
Yeah, that's a whole lot better. Yeah, yeah, it's a whole lot better. Your brand new headphones is screwing everything up, Captain.
I got to figure out what this button does, like noise cancellation or some bullshit. All right.
But this
Well,
is the hey, we are on the front lines of this. Hey, there's a war going on. I know people don't see it, but I know it's crazy, but there's actually a war for privacy going on, and the winner will get to have control over financial privacy transactions. And we are on the front line right now. This is the front line, and I don't think they have any very many more weapons and ammunition in their armory. So I think the end of this war is real soon, and everybody needs to get real cautious about your data, your privacy. It's a real thing, and you just can't go through life listening and taking what somebody else says for granted. I mean, I know we love different people, and I do the same thing. You know, my grandma tell me something back in 1970, and come to find I believed it for the whole time, and come to find out in the year 2000 it wasn't true. So you got to look for yourself is what I'm saying. You got to research, you got to care enough about these things to really look at this stuff objectively. And I know we're emotional beings. I'm the same way. I get all fired up and look at stuff a certain way, and then the next day I'm in a completely different mood, and I see the same data, and it's different. That's because we're emotional beings, and we just need to be cautious of. We just need to be more cautious, humans, and not so damn trusting. Because people lie to you. People are trying to separate you from your money. If you do not understand this, let me say that again. People try hard all day long. Intelligent people coming up with some brilliant stuff, scams to separate you from your money. So you have to be on guard. That's all I want to say.
well, that's kind of what they're doing with the ETFs, right? They're taking all the real Bitcoin and they're playing you with this paper money crap. And if you guys don't know that, the moment they started that ETF, that's when the bubble started. So, I personally expect Bitcoin to have a burst that's going to pop, probably hit 80,000 again, and then start institutional money. It's gonna come in again. It's gonna climb to like 250, and then it's gonna pop even worse. The moment government touches crypto, it's over. Right? The moment they touch anything, they're gonna suppress it like they do silver, and like they do gold. Right? Technically, Bitcoin should be over $1 million right now. But the moment that they added that ETF, they diluted it. So people out there telling you that Bitcoin has 21 million coins and no one's making more. How they just made more. They duplicated the supply in the paper version, right? So there's not 21 million, there's 42 million. But it doesn't end there. Now you could add another 21 million because they got derivative markets, right? And then you got wrapped coins. So add another 21 million. Go ahead, tell me again. Who has the balls to tell me again that Bitcoin has a finite supply? Tell me. Tell me how that is. And maybe technically it does, but what they're doing to it on the markets, it don't. Because they're convincing everybody to buy wrapped Bitcoin, and they're convincing people to buy you know, ETF Bitcoin in futures markets Bitcoin, right? So no, it's not just 21 million guys. But that can't happen with Pirate, right? Because every transaction needs to be verified, and that's almost impossible unless you're the owner. So can't make an ETF out of Pirate. You can't. It's like tyrant proof. It's really awesome. Right? It's literally tyrant proof. They can't build a system like that without compromising your privacy, which nobody would ever use. So yeah, and BlackRock basically owns it all. They own Zcash. They own it all. It's it's over.
But the thing is, hey, but the thing is, Captain, they are trying to Zcash is with their optional privacy. That right there tells us that they are not using true ZK SART's technology, because ZK SART's technology doesn't come with optional privacy. That's been added in there somehow. And they're what I'm saying is they're trying to sell everybody on fake privacy. Why? Why is everybody trying to sell everybody on fake privacy right now and not and doing everything that they can to keep from mentioning pirate chain? Because why are they doing that? Why are they
Nobody,
doing that? Do you think?
the crowd really
I think it's
doesn't
because,
care. The crowd doesn't care
huh?
about privacy because the crowd really doesn't care about privacy. That's the reality of it.
I think they do, Captain. I think people truly. I think if you set somebody down and put a choice in front of them, I think they would choose privacy 100% of the time. Who wouldn't?
Well, if no, I'll tell you who wouldn't. Those people that are holding Zcash and think that they're going to make 10 times their money. Those are the people that will just intentionally not look at the fact that it's not private. They will convince themselves. You don't
They
understand the
have.
psychology of these people.
I'm starting to.
You know, they will they will chant until it goes to 10x. But if they lose money, then you'll see them aboard ship. And those are the people that are just in it for the money. Once you've been here as long as I have, it doesn't matter anymore. It's like, dude, why are you even here if you're just here for the money? There's no reason to be here. You don't understand what this war is about. And most people don't understand that crypto is a war. Yeah, there's got to be a way to remove that noise from Discord. It's so annoying. When people come in, leave, or mute and unmute. You got to hear it all the time. There's got to be a way to remove it. Um, yeah, so pretty good
Say that
show.
again. Say that again, Captain. About the mutant.
Oh, that noise in Discord. When people come and go. There's got to be a way to like remove that from the server so that your show isn't interrupted by everybody coming and going or muting. Like it even makes that noise when people mute. It's annoying.
Yeah,
You
my
got,
bad. I'm mute because I don't want you hearing what's in the background.
no, it's not your fault, bro. I've been trying to find a solution to this for a while. It's been a mystery.
The solution is Jitsi. They don't have any of this bullshit Discord does, and they got free accounts.
It's like you're in the middle
Which
of
is it?
you're in the middle of a thought and you're trying to talk and then all of a sudden doo doo doo. It's like Jesus.
Yeah, I can see how that messes your train of thought up. But you're knocking them out of the park. This is a lot of hey, you're this information that you've shared with everyone today, just in this show today, is it takes somebody a couple months just to wrap their head around it. It's that big.
Well, I
So we
hope
need to take the effort and do it.
I hope I sound okay on the recording. Right? If anything, I'll just record it myself and put it up, guys.
Or we can redo it or whatever.
We'll see how it sounds afterwards. I'm worried about that issue that you guys said that I was cutting in and out.
Yeah, I think it was your headphones.
God damn it! I'm gonna buy another one today. I can't have headphones that fuck with me.
Man, this is crazy how things are, isn't it?
They're not out to get us. It was just
Hell
a
yeah.
technical difference.
Okay. Yeah. Or maybe both. Hey, it could be both, Doc.
Yeah, well, look,
Yeah, why not?
look at Komodo, dude. Komodo tried following all the rules, right? And look where it got them. Like they're not even popular, and they're not popular because they tried to follow the rules, and that's where you get. That's what you get. You end up down this rabbit hole, and really,
Well, I started last night.
what crypto
I
wants
started
is
last night. I'm sorry, Captain. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, you good man. We got a new show coming.
I was just saying that I started last night, real hardcore, throwing out a bunch of Komodo exchange memes and stuff out. I'm gonna gather up a couple gather up quite a bit of different memes to start promoting. I'm just gonna throw it. I'm just gonna throw Komodo DX all over X all day long for a solid week and see if I can get some traction.
Komodo Exchange, bro. Komodo Exchange. Just let people know it's an exchange.
What I say? What I
Yeah,
said? Komodo Exchange, didn't I?
yeah, word. It can happen. But
Gonna have
what
to.
once people understand the power in this technology that Komodo is providing, I mean the real heroes here are like cheetah decks, that are giving you the right option, right? But keep in mind, without open source technology that Komodo is providing, they could attack Komodo all day, right? But it's open source, right? So you could attack Komodo all day, but as long as it's open source, 10 more people will fork that thing and make it happen, right? So it's the power of open source, guys. So as long as Komodo remains open source, we're good to go. We can't let them defile the technology by hurting, open source. And
They
that
can't stop us.
now there used to be a bigger FOSS community in crypto. I don't know what happened. Now it's all just meatheads. But you know, f- FOSS, free open source software, guys. FOSS, Fozzy. Uh, I mean, all the people in crypto were into FOSS, free open source software, and now it's just a bunch of meatheads. Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
we got a new, we got a epic cache coming on the next show, guys. Within the next hour.
Okay, great. That's what I was. I was. Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Uh,
That's gonna be cool.
yeah, they're gonna explain. They have a different way of doing privacy. It's not as strong as pirate, but at least I think so. I don't think so, but it's got an interesting way of mining that they're gonna teach us. So it's called polyphasic POW, and they use GPUs, ASICs, CPUs to mine all at once. So that should be interesting to learn.
So it's coin. It's their coins and their mine with CPU, GPUs, and ASIS.
Yep.
Wow, that's a hybrid. It's the hybrid
Yeah,
crypto.
they're not the first to do it. I think Verge, if I remember right, Verge, was similar. It had multiple ways to mine it. I think it got
What do you think
hacked
about
though.
Zcash right now, Captain? What do you think about Zcash and all this? Have you seen how much they're flooding X with Zcash? I mean,
Uh,
it's everywhere. Past 3 days.
yeah, it's paid promotions, bro. This paid. Those are paid shows, but it's good for us anyway because we're the real ZK.
What do you, what? How beneficial would a debate between Pirate Chain and Zcash on X Spaces be, Captain? On one side, we can have Zcash can have whoever they want on that, and however many people they want on their side. And on our side, we can have whoever we want on our side,
They will
and that's
never.
the only rule,
They'll never
huh?
agree. They'll never agree to it.
If we call them out publicly, we have to make them either A, agree, or B, look
They,
bad.
nah, they won't show up, bro. You know how many people I've contacted, and basically I know who's compromised and who's not. It's very easy to see. They stick to their agenda, and I don't think they're allowed to talk about any other coin than what they're paid to show. So you can see that in their posts.
I know, and you can't talk logically to them.
I mean, it's all a honeypot. It's all a honey, and any transparent by default coin is a honeypot. Like, if you're going out there and you're saying you're a privacy coin and you're not a privacy coin, there's something wrong, man. There's something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. You didn't research. So if you believe that encrypted Bitcoin, which is the latest slogan now that they're promoting, I've noticed in the posts, it's encrypted Bitcoin. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Bitcoin was always encrypted, just a different encryption. What the hell are you talking about?
Encryption doesn't change the what the technology offers and what it does. It just hides and it just hides the language to keep you from
Yeah,
uh reverse engineering it, right?
that's
Ain't that
how.
what encryption is? That's
That's
all
how.
it is.
Yeah, that's how they're selling it though. You see it in the posts. They're getting people. They're like, oh wow, it's not just Bitcoin. It's encrypted Bitcoin. Oh, we got to buy this one, honey. This is the next one. You know, that's how they're getting
I know
people to buy
exactly.
it. That's what they're doing.
That one dude said that. Yeah, to that one dude, Matthew. Yeah, Thor. Yeah, his name's Thor. Remember that? No, that's the dude. He's the one that said that.
Encryption.
Oh man, they want centralized control, limited access, enabling surveillance, and just all to erode our privacy. Everything you was talking about today, it's the same thing. That's the plan right there. To surveillance us, to limit access, to control, and to completely take our privacy away. It's like we're slaves. I ain't no slave. Sorry to tell you.
Uh, that's funny.
Unstoppable. Doc, he said people put private information in their social media profiles. That's a little retarded, isn't it, Doc?
Yo, you put your Bitcoin address in your social media profile. There's something wrong with you. All right, there's something fucking wrong with you.
I ain't got a Bitcoin address. Hey, but I would never do it if I had one.
Something wrong with you people. But you guys,
Oh my God!
you guys will learn
Private
as
buddy on my Facebook friends list has put private information on their Facebook profile, and then they wonder how somebody duplicates their account and contacts all their friends, tell them they've got a new account. I mean, it's just insane. People have no problem giving away information to these data miners that they shouldn't be giving away. It's horrible.
I know it's like they're sheep. It's not just sheep.
all right. I'm gonna stop the recording here, guys.